Hello, beautiful people. Now, I'm sure most of you can relate to what it is I'm about to share. There's a moment in every person's life, and it rarely announces itself loudly, but in this moment, it's where something inside of them realizes that I can't keep doing this the same way. And it's not because everything is falling apart, not because life looks bad from the outside, but because despite how much you've learned, despite how self-aware you are, despite the work that you've already done, the same emotional patterns keep looping over and over again. And most people don't talk about this honestly. They call it procrastination. They call it self-sabotage. They call it fear. But that's not what it really is. What's really happening is this. You're trying to change from the wrong level. Most people are taught that change comes from effort, from discipline, from mindset. But the truth is, it's far simpler and far more confronting. About 95% of your life is being run by your subconscious mind, not your willpower, not your intellect, not your intentions. Your subconscious is wired for what is familiar, for what is safe, and for its known identity. It doesn't care about how badly you want something. It cares about who you believe yourself to be. And that's why you can know what it is that you need to do and still find yourself reacting the same old way. That's why insight can feel powerful and still not last. That's why so many intelligent, emotionally aware people quietly ask, why does it feel like I keep circling back here? Why am I stuck? Why is it working for other people and not for me? So here's what most people never hear. Your subconscious is not broken. It's not sabotaging you. It's doing exactly what it was designed to do. It is keeping you loyal to who you have always been. And until identity shifts, behavior always returns. Now, there's a moment that happens, and it may be happening right now for you. It might be happening right now, right here. And in this moment, something clicks. Not in your head, but you feel it in your body. You realize that this isn't about trying harder. This is about who has been running the show or running the system underneath it all. That aha is loud. That aha is real. And here's where this becomes really important. Once you see that, once you recognize the pattern clearly, you don't go back to not knowing. Awareness is not neutral. It creates a quiet tension, not fear, not pressure, but truth. And at that point, a choice appears. You either use that awareness to change the structure beneath the pattern, or you spend the next chapter of your life watching yourself repeat that same old stuff over and over again. But now you're repeating it with better language. That's not punishment. That's consciousness. Once the invitation arrives, it doesn't keep knocking forever. Before I go any further, I want to give you an experience, not a concept. You don't need to close your eyes for this. You can if you like, it's perfectly fine. You also don't need to be still, but you can be still if you like. Just stay with me. I want you to bring to mind one familiar pattern. Not the biggest one, not the most dramatic. Don't go looking for anything big. Just bring to mind a familiar pattern. Just the one that quietly repeats. Maybe it's how you respond under pressure. Maybe it's how you perhaps second guess yourself. Maybe it's how you pull back right when expansion is possible for you. And now notice, without analyzing, where do you feel that pattern in your body? A tightness, a heaviness perhaps, a subtle contraction. I want you to notice where you feel it in your body and what you feel. Good. Now, instead of trying to fix it, I want you to ask this. What is this pattern? What is this pattern protecting me from? Just trust in what comes. Don't force the answer. What is this pattern protecting me from? Every subconscious pattern exists for one reason only. It once kept you safe. So where else have you experienced this feeling or this pattern? When was the first time you experienced this feeling? What was it protecting you from? And now take a slow and natural breath and silently say, I see you. And I'm safe now. I see you and I'm safe now. And notice what shifts, not emotionally, energetically. Even a small change matters. That's not imagination. That's your nervous system receiving new information. And here's what most people never experience. That small shift that you just felt, that's what happens when the subconscious is met correctly. Not with force, not with willpower, but with awareness and authority, your sovereign authority. Now imagine what happens when this isn't accidental, but when it's structured, when it's reinforced and stabilized over time. That's the work that we're talking about. This is why so many people say, I know my patterns. I just don't know why they still have power over me. And the answer is simple. Your identity hasn't shifted yet. And identity doesn't shift through insight alone. It shifts through repetition, through containment, through reinforcement. This is what led me to create the Subconscious Mind Reset, not as a motivational tool, not as a mindset, not as something that you add to your life, but as a layered system that meets change where it actually happens, at the subconscious level, at the nervous system level, at the identity level. There are 3 entry points into this program because people arrive at different stages. Some people need relief, some people need support, and a smaller number of you are ready for absolute completion. And that's why the journey is structured in this way. We have the 5-day reset, which interrupts the loop. It calms the nervous system. It creates immediate internal space. Then we have the VIP immersion, which in fact includes the 5-day reset. In the VIP immersion, it's a 30-day container where the shift stabilizes, where old patterns don't creep back in. And then there is the Mastery Accelerator, which includes VIP and the 5-day reset. The Mastery Accelerator is powerful, not because it's more, because it's complete. Mastery is the level where identity catches up to the change, where backsliding is eliminated, where the new way of being becomes your baseline, not through force, but through reinforcement. And here's what I want to say to you really clearly. Some of you right here, right now, are feeling a calling. Perhaps you're inspired, perhaps you're feeling calmer, more aware, and that matters. But a smaller group of you are feeling something else entirely. You're feeling a line being crossed internally, not excitement, decision. Because you know that this isn't about another insight. It's about ending a pattern permanently. That's who the Mastery Accelerator is for. Not for people who want just more information. I'm looking for people who are done with information, done with negotiating with the version of themselves that keeps them circling back. We are born for so much more than that. Mastery isn't intensity, it's containment. It's the environment where change becomes inevitable because there is nothing then pulling you backward anymore. You're supported, you're reinforced, you're reflected, you're held to the identity that you're becoming. Mastery is not about the fast path. Mastery does still include the VIP immersion, the 5-day reset. In fact, mastery includes the entire bundle. So it's not about the fast path. This is about the complete path, the path to massive identity shift, the path to massive change. You know that you're done with doing the work that doesn't work. You know that you're ready for more. You know that you don't want to have to keep restarting again and again and again. You're done with circling back. You're done with same old, same old. This isn't about being brave, but this is about being truly honest with yourself, honest about what it is that you're ready for, honest about what you're no longer available for, honest about who you're choosing to become. This is an opportunity to start where you are, but do not walk away from the version of you that knows that version of you that knows that this is the moment that it finally gets to hold where change stays. The door is open and mastery doesn't wait for someday. It responds to readiness. If you want to begin gently, then I've created a free guide, the 7 hidden subconscious blocks. It helps you to recognize what's been running the loops for you. And if you already know that you are ready for depth, you'll find the full journey waiting for you. Choose a level that matches your truth and trust this. The fact that you're here, the fact that you've listened to this video through to the end, the fact that you're recognizing yourself means that something has already shifted. And this time, it doesn't have to reverse.